Pieces of a Puzzle. Chapter 1. A Night Awash with Shadows. The rain fell relentlessly over Melbourne, a drumming symphony against the car roof as Detective Alex Turner parked just outside the dilapidated church. Sirens still echoed through the damp night, a cacophony blending with the storm's pall, creating an atmosphere that set the city's heart on edge. Turner stepped out, the sodden ground squelching beneath his boots, the rain penetrating his long coat with every stride. The old church loomed darkly before him, its stone facade lined with years of neglect. Yellow police tape fluttered like warning flags in the wind, guarding the ghastly discovery that had jolted him from his usually quiet evening. Constable Olivia Hayes was already at the scene, her keen eyes scanning the surroundings. Despite the gloom, she seemed unfazed, a pillar amidst the chaos, her expression one of unyielding focus. As she jotted down notes with swift efficiency, Turner caught her eye and nodded. "Glad you're here, sir," Olivia said, her voice steady against the storm's lament. "It's unsettling, to say the least." Together they made their way up the steps, their shadows stretching across the wet stone. The parcel mentioned to Turner was a small, sodden box barely visible in the dim light. Its presence an incongruity, the reality of its gruesome contents far more harrowing than the object itself. He hesitated, drawing a deep breath before lifting the lid. There it lay, a severed hand, pale and lifeless, a grotesque remnant of human life severed from its story. Despite his years on the force, a chill coursed through Turner. Beside the hand was the note, water-streaked yet legible. Echoes of tomorrow. Turner and Olivia exchanged glances, unspoken questions illuminating their eyes amidst the shadows. It was a message, undoubtedly, a taunt perhaps, from someone who played games just beyond their grasp. Sergeant Liam Baker arrived, his presence as reassuring as ever, a calm amid the tumult, his experience marked by the lines on his weathered face. He bent to inspect the parcel, his expression unreadable, but Turner knew it mirrored his own, a profound disturbance wrapped in layers of curiosity. "Any leads on who sent this?" Turner asked, trying to move the case forward mentally even amidst their initial shock. Olivia shook her head. "No prints or DNA yet. And no witnesses from what we gather. Whoever dropped this off did so under the cover of the storm." The three stood silently for a moment, the rain continuing its symphony around them. Turner's mind was already on the move, weaving through the possibilities. He knew they had to dig deeper, past the chilling facade of the message, and into the depth of Melbourne's shadows. The city had its secrets, it always did, and tonight, beneath its cover of rain, those secrets beckoned them closer. Chapter 2. Threads of Intrigue. The morning after the discovery, the sky had cleared to reveal the austere beauty of a Melbourne dawn. Turner, ever the creature of habit, sipped his coffee while standing by the precinct's window, watching the city awaken. The sun hadn't yet chased away all the night's shadows, a metaphor he silently considered, as their case had only just begun. Detaching himself from his thoughts, Turner made his way to the team meeting. Olivia, already seated, had been absorbed in photographs taken from the scene, while Liam was poring over a whiteboard where they had started to piece together initial notes. "Let's summarize," Turner began, breaking the morning's quiet hum with his low voice. "We have a severed hand, a cryptic note, and no apparent motive or suspect. Ideas?" Olivia leaned back, her finger tapping on a rhythm only discernible to her, each tap a marshal to her process of thought. "I've checked missing persons. So far, no one matching a missing hand, literally or figuratively. But the note, echoes of tomorrow, it feels deliberate." Liam nodded, scratching his chin. His demeanor always had a way of conveying the weight of years in law enforcement. And the delivery method wasn't random. Someone knew that church, knew it'd draw attention right there. Turner agreed. The church, desolate, aged, yet central enough to ensure swift discovery, was a calculated choice. The message, it's taunting us, drawing us into something far more intricate. "An invitation or a challenge," Olivia added thoughtfully. Her photographic memory meant she could recall each case detail at will, a skill Turner valued immensely. They turned to the next logical step. Potential leads connected to the unusual clue. A thorough background check revealed the church's recent links to a community group invested in preserving historic sites. Although it was a long shot, the team decided it was worth investigating. As Turner reviewed the report, something caught his attention. Vera Shields, the charismatic CEO of an up-and-coming tech company, had donated a significant amount to the group just a month ago. Her name wasn't unfamiliar. The media had labeled her enigmatic, an innovator in technology circles with an aura of mystery always trailing her. "Look at this," Turner said, pointing to Vera's name on the report. "Could be nothing, but a prominent figure like her dropping large donations usually raises questions." Olivia raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Shields has been in the spotlight for some time now. Her involvement in cutting-edge tech projects is no secret, but it's mostly been positive press, innovation, advancement. Liam considered the information, his expression carefully neutral. People like her often operate under layers of protection. Could be smooth exterior hiding rough interiors. Worth taking a closer look. Turner nodded. "Let's meet her. Learn firsthand what her interests might be. We're missing pieces that could be crucial to this puzzle." Chapter 3. Behind the Facade. The tech world had its own enigma, and Vera Shields stood at its core. Her company, New Orbit Tech, was perched atop one of Melbourne's sleek skyscrapers, a symbol of progress amidst the urban sprawl. As Turner and Olivia approached the building, its glass walls gleamed under the morning sun, reflecting the bright day back across the city. Securing a last-minute appointment with someone as busy as Shields was a feat, but the intrigue surrounding their case seemed to open doors. Entering the ultra-modern lobby, the detectives were greeted with polite professionalism, leading them to a lounge adorned with minimalistic decor, a testament to sleek modernity. Vera Shields herself soon entered, a woman who exuded confident authority. Dressed immaculately, her presence was commanding, yet unexpectedly warm. She shook their hands, her eyes sharp and intelligent, taking in every detail. "Detective Turner, Constable Hayes, a pleasure, though I wish it was under different circumstances," Vera began, her voice smooth, practiced. Turner appreciated her professionalism. "Thank you for meeting us, Miss Shields. We understand you've been involved with the historical group by the church where our package was found." "Indeed," Vera replied, not missing a beat. "The preservation of our city's history is a cause I'm deeply aligned with. What happened there is tragic, and I hope you find the answers you seek." Olivia, observing Vera carefully, interjected, "Beyond your philanthropic efforts, your company is known for its technology innovations, particularly a project named Helios. Would you mind sharing its purpose?" Vera's smile remained, but her gaze sharpened slightly, a fleeting moment of guarded calculation. "Project Helios is ambitious," she admitted. "Our goal is to explore the integration of technology and human capability, to enhance health and quality of life with cybernetic advancements." Turner detected the subtle shift in her demeanor. "Some may find such innovations controversial. Are there aspects of Project Helios that deviate from ordinary research?" She laughed lightly, a sound rich yet evasive. "Controversy is often the shadow cast by the light of progression. We are exploring boundaries, yes, but strictly within ethical parameters, nothing that would lead to such violent messages." The detectives left the Tower of Tech Innovation, each carrying different interpretations of their encounter. Vera Shields was charming, articulate, a visionary in a fast-evolving world. Yet behind her practiced smiles lay unknown depths, secrets hidden within her empire. As they drove back to the precinct, Turner's thoughts lingered on Vera. Something about their meeting didn't sit right, like the puzzle's pieces had yet to align, each carrying shades of a truth yet unrevealed. Chapter 4. Shadows and Whispers. The investigation strained against the wire, pushing into late hours as threads of their search sprawled across Melbourne. Turner worked tirelessly, the pace relentless, the puzzle assembling a dark tapestry of possibilities in his mind. New leads, though scarce, began to surface, hints of dealings within the tech world that sharp visionaries like Vera Shields deftly navigated. An anonymous tip reached the precinct whispering of clandestine labs, shadow companies that dabbled in human enhancement without the scrutiny of law or ethics. "More whispers, fewer hard facts," Turner muttered, sifting through pages of potential evidence. Tiredness weighed heavily upon him, yet his drive pushed him ever forward, a toll that seldom allowed rest. Olivia, buoyed with her innate gift for detail, uncovered a thread within the rumor, a former employee of New Orbit Tech with ties to an underground lab. His name was Dominic Kane, and he'd vanished some months prior. Turner saw promise in this lead, a potential link between the mysterious severed hand and the elusive Project Helios. Determined to explore every avenue, Turner and Olivia arranged to meet with anyone who might have known Dominic. Their inquiries led them to a small, dimly lit pub on Melbourne's outskirts, frequented by tech aficionados and loners chasing dreams. The scent of stale beer hung in the air, mingling with murmurs of hushed conversations. Turner scanned the room, keeping his posture relaxed, his mind sharply attentive to the surroundings. They were to meet a contact, an old friend of Dominic's, hoping for a glimpse into the shadows Dominic once tread. Their contact appeared, a young woman named Lara, her demeanor watchful, as if weighed by secrets untold. She hesitated before sliding into the booth opposite them, eyes darting to gauge the detective's sincerity. "It's been a while since I heard from Dominic," Lara began, her voice low, tentative. "He was part of something big with New Orbit, but then he started acting strange, paranoid, talking about experiments, things he'd seen." Turner leaned forward, listening intently. "What kind of experiments? Was he involved in Project Helios?" "Helios, yes," she confirmed, a flicker of fear in her expression. "But not just enhancing people, they were pushing limits. Dominic mentioned cybernetics, not just aids to life but transformations, extreme integrations that crossed ethical lines." The pieces started aligning in Turner's mind, fragments of a world where ambitions knew no ethical bounds, orchestrated within the corridors of power and innovation. Every detail Lara provided added weight to the web they were uncovering. "What happened to Dominic?" Olivia asked, her tone compassionate yet firm. Lara swallowed hard, her hands fidgeting nervously. "He wanted out," said. "Things were going too far. Then he disappeared. Just gone. I feared he'd be silenced." Turner exchanged a glance with Olivia, an unspoken understanding passing between them. Dominic's disappearance was likely another foreboding piece in their growing puzzle, a victim, perhaps, of the very progress he helped drive. As Lara departed into the night, the pub door swinging shut behind her, Turner felt the magnitude of their case deepen. Threads of ambition, shadows of morality, all intertwined with technological advancement, a mosaic painted with human tenacity and reckless ambition. Chapter 5: Veils of Deception. With more information in hand, the team regrouped the following morning, reflecting on the unfolding complexities of their investigation. Turner briefed Liam, with Olivia providing the nuanced details Lara had shared. "It's bigger than we imagined," Turner concluded, the reality setting firm in their minds. "This isn't simply a murder case. We're diving into a mishmash of ethics and scientific boundaries." "I agree," Olivia added, her voice firm. "New Orbit's veneer hides depths we haven't fully explored. Vera Shields presents herself as a pioneer, but Helios cuts into something darker." They decided the next step was a deeper dive into New Orbit's corporate secrets, financial records, employment histories, lab activities, all traced with bureaucratic efficiency yet silent on its inner workings. As they worked, another lead emerged, a hacker known in tech circles as Cypher, a moniker Turner had heard in past cases. Cypher specialized in the digital underbelly of corporate secrets, known for navigating labyrinthines of codes and shadows. Reaching out discreetly through back channels, Turner initiated contact, sketching the framework of their situation without revealing too much. He offered anonymity in exchange for assistance, trusting in the mutual benefit of cracking New Orbit's facade. Meanwhile, as night fell over Melbourne once more, an unexpected development threw them into high alert. Another parcel appeared, this time at the precinct's doorstep. It matched the previous one in size and appearance, ominously familiar. Heart pounding, Turner opened it cautiously, finding a second cryptic note beside a broken piece of technology that appeared cybernetic. The note read, "The past reflects the future." The chilling consistency and message pushed their land of investigation further, plunging into unseen layers, prodding them toward an impending revelation with each advance. Deception, it seemed, cloaked every step. They were dancing across a knife's edge, with each lead edging them closer to unearthing truths buried beneath veils of ambition and shadows. Chapter 6: Faces of Truth. Cypher's return message blinked on Turner's computer, an encrypted missive promising valuable insights. The cloak of a midnight truce fell upon them, lurking alleyways concealing intelligence beneath thin veils of secrecy. At an undisclosed location, the detectives met Cypher, a figure shrouded not in darkness but anonymity. With quick, deft hands, Cypher presented them a trove of information extracted from New Orbit's secure servers. Among the data were clandestine communication logs, blueprints for advanced cybernetic technology, and a roster of names involved in Project Helios, some willing participants, others not. One name stood out among the files, Dominic Kane, noted as a volunteer turned whistleblower. Cypher explained, Helios goes beyond public knowledge or ethical lines. It's about augmenting human capabilities beyond recognition, making test subjects more machine than man. Dominic tried to expose it. That's why he vanished. Turner felt a knot tighten in his stomach. The pieces aligned. Vera Shield's public persona of innovation masked a deeper, more sinister ambition. The cybernetic advancements hinted at in the files were groundbreaking yet foreboding, echoing dystopian futures spun from the minds of speculative fiction. Dominic's disappearance is no coincidence. It's the result of what he uncovered, Olivia said, her voice a mix of disbelief and determination. Cypher tilted their heads slightly, an acknowledgement of the truth Turner and Olivia were now fully confronting. There's more. Shields funded external projects under ghost companies. They ran covert operations using discarded prototypes and experimenting on unwilling participants. The enormity of their discovery overwhelmed Turner momentarily. Every name and transaction unraveled stories of lives touched by Helios, driven by the ambitions of a company unwilling to halt. Turner knew they had to move cautiously. The players in this game were powerful, and their stakes dangerously high. With Cypher's data as leverage, Turner headed back to the precinct. They built a stronger case, preparing for the storm Shields would bring on tailwinds of progress and hubris. Vera Shields, the figurehead behind the facade, could no longer remain in the shadows. Turner made the call to bring her in for questioning, the weight of evidence heavy enough to rattle her carefully constructed throne built on ethical bypass and technological supremacy. As the team geared up for the confrontation, they felt the intangible weight of the resolve needed to crack this case wide open. Their fight was more than about justice. It was about the soul of progress and the impact of choices made under the guise of advancement. Chapter 7. The Unraveling. The morning of the reckoning arrived with a somber sky, an apt metaphor for the storm that was about to descend. The air hummed with anticipation as Turner, Olivia, and Liam prepared their strategy, a confrontation backed by truths unearthed from beneath layers of artifice. Vera Shields arrived at the precinct, escorted through buzzing hallways to the interrogation room. Her demeanor remained as composed as always, yet there was an edge to her step, a signal perhaps that she sensed her carefully woven world was beginning to fray at the seams. Seated across from her, Turner and Olivia presented the evidence piece by piece. The server data cipher cracked, the names and fates of various participants, and more damningly, Dominic Kane's testimony recorded and hidden in the files. Project Helios is a marvel, Miss Shields, Turner began, voice measured yet incisive, but its ambition has warped into something else, one that steps over ethical lines, leaving lives, like Dominic's, shattered in its wake. Vera listened, a steely resolve in her gaze, a testament to her confidence in navigating crisis. Yet as Olivia pressed on with more evidence, the poise wavered, a crack in the commanding facade revealing deeper undercurrents of desperation and fear for the empire she built. Finally, faced with irrefutable proof, a shift occurred within Vera Shields, a resignation of the burden she carried, her endeavor's shadows now laid bare under the relentless light of truth. I see, Shields said softly, the first admission of vulnerability. Ambition, yes, perhaps in our unyielding quest for advancement, I overstepped. Dominic wanted the world to know, and I failed to hear him. In those words, Turner sensed a genuine pang of regret, a realization mingled with an acknowledgement that the path chosen led to connections severed and potential unraveled by unchecked ambition. Turner asked, "Will you cooperate to rectify these wrongs, to give those silenced by this march of progress a voice?" Shields nodded, a subtle yet significant decision, a pledge to guide the towering ship of New Orbit, not just toward technological heights, but ethical redemption, acknowledging the human aspect within codes and circuits. Chapter 8. Echoes in the rain. With Vera Shield's cooperation, the investigation proceeded to dismantle the secretive operations behind Helios. Turner's unit worked tirelessly, shedding light on veils of silence that shrouded those affected by the company's excesses. The rain had started, again, a gentle patter against Melbourne's streets as Turner looked out from the precinct. This storm, once harbinger of uncertainty, had now washed away deceit, leaving the echoes of choices resonating with lessons learned. Dominic Kane's legacy would not be forgotten. Shields, now an ally in the pursuit of justice, committed resources to track down those involved and ensure accountability, acknowledging the human cost of her company's blind tenacity. As Turner reflected on the case, he also pondered the larger implications. Technology's promise was vast and its potential unparalleled, yet it required stewards with temperance and foresight to guide its path. Turner hoped that echoes of this truth would resonate as a cornerstone for future endeavors in the tech world. Olivia, joining Turner by the window, offered a quiet, resolute presence, her mind already processing the case's nuances, the lessons to carry forward. "We made progress, Alex. Bit by bit, we turned the storm against those who wielded it." He nodded, recognizing the truth in her words. "And we'll carry those echoes forward as reminders of the balance we strive for in all things," Turner replied, conviction lighting his eyes, fueled by the shadows and light that made up their journey. The precinct bustled with activity. Colleagues praised the unit's perseverance against formidable odds. Turner, Olivia, and Liam effortlessly transitioned into new cases, always with an eye on the humanity at the heart of each mystery. The sky had cleared by evening, the city awash in a golden glow. A renewed calm replaced the relentless storm, symbolizing the resolution of their arduous quest. It was a rare gift, this pause amidst cycles of chaos and order, one to savor before plunging again into the world of enigmas. Standing together as night descended, their silhouettes against the horizon, the team marked their accomplishment, not just in solving a case, but in asserting the values they steadfastly upheld. In the symphony of Melbourne, beneath its ever-changing skies, Turner heard not just the echoes of tomorrow, but the harmony of resolution and hope. And it was to this melody that they would ever return, guardians against the storms of ambition and the shores of the unknown.